my goodness.
I can't get over that.
So
kickers on both sides.
You have the missed extra point from the Steelers on one side. The rookie misses. It's devastating to watch. You feel so bad for that kicker, that rookie. I know you don't like kickers. I know you don't like kickers. Okay, I personally feel terrible. I just felt devastated for this kid.
This just goes to show you what drives me as a former player nuts about the whole kicking aspect of football. And obviously it's important. It's a part of the game.
Yeah.
But it's like you have an AFC North showdown. You're in Pittsburgh. There's guys getting hurt all game. It's all great. It's a 17th game of the year. You come down to it. You need Boswell to make the extra point. He misses it. And it's like, that's going to cost us a season. And Loop says, hold my beer. Watch me push this one. And it's crazy, but two great teams, two players, when you come talk about Aaron, obviously past his prime, but an MVP multiple times. You look at Lamar, MVP multiple times. Two great coaches. And it comes down to the both kickers, both shanked him.
And what is troubling about that is we're about to talk about the Steelers and how resilient they are. And really, at the end of the day, Luke probably makes that kick 9 out of 10 times.
Easy.
Right? And we're talking about the Ravens. So to your point, it really did come down to the kicks. But overall, Aaron Rodgers, to you, your thoughts on his performance? You love him. You got this.
He's so funny. He's dramatic. I understand that some people might find him a bit annoying, and I can reason with that. But Jay, he comes in the moment of need. He has no DK Metcalf. They did not have an efficient run game, in my opinion. Today. Warren did pop a few. Okay. Not only did Aaron scramble for a 20-yard gain at one point, he threw for 294 yards. Past his prime, sure. He has no DK. It was Freiermuth. It was Calvin Austin. Thielen. I mean, what more do you want? Warren caught some balls. Sure, he did miss Jonnu early. He had a couple balls he would probably want back. But all I'm saying is, if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan who has watched this team for the past X amount of years, past Big Ben's time, no one has played the quarterback position since Big Ben that could deliver like Aaron Rodgers delivered tonight. 294 yards to win the division against your rival? I'm fired up.
And let's see how fired up Aaron Rodgers is.
This is going to be
He's
classic.
standing by with Melissa Stark.
Aaron, what was it like watching that Ravens final drive?
That sucks. That's the worst part of this game. I'd rather have the ball in my hand. We haven't made it easy for ourselves most of the year, but it was a huge lift having this guy come back. This guy had a great pregame talk that got us focused, and on offense, we didn't handle our business in the first half, but the second half we came out with a different focus. When we had to have points, we went down and scored.
And you clinched the division. You're headed to the playoffs. What does this one mean to you personally?
It's pretty emotional, honestly. It's been a great year, so I'm thankful for these guys and excited to be going to the playoffs for the first time in a long while.
Does that mean you're riding off into the sunset after this?
No, it's been a grinding year. Yeah. And 2 years before that were tough as well. So it's been an absolute blessing to be here with these fans and this organization and Mike T and the leadership that we got with these guys. And I think we found that little bit, that's something special, which is belief tonight on the offensive side, and I'm proud of our guys, the way we responded in the fourth quarter.
Melissa trying to get the scoop.
I couldn't get over that.
Trying to get the scoop there.
That's not what he was inferring.
I thought Aaron Rodgers a bit emotional. He seemed very emotional there.
You never know what you're going to get with him.
You really don't. You really also don't know what you're going to get with Lamar Jackson. Wasn't great.
Yes.
In the early part of this football game, but man, in the fourth quarter, some of those passes you're like, oh, he's back. But is he back, or is Lamar's best days maybe behind him?
To me, absolutely not. I think it was a down year. I think the injury played into it. I'll say this, obviously Ravens fans right now, they're probably very upset. I doubt a lot of them kept the TV on. They probably smashed their television.
That's probably very likely.
But when they see this, hopefully they realize that fourth quarter Lamar is still very alive. Early in this game, I did feel like there were some issues with him. He took a lot of sacks. He looked like he was struggling to move around. And then all of a sudden, when they needed him the most, this guy played out of his mind. That play right there, I can't even fathom this. And you want to talk about a well-executed play right here. Boom, sits in the pocket, slings it down the field.
Yeah.
You feel for Lamar here because I thought, again, in crunch time, he played well. I'll go back to early in that game. First touchdown, we talked about, hey, cover zero. A lot of that is making sure that's on him. Excuse me. Get the line set up, know where my matchup is, stand in there. That throw to Likely is a perfectly thrown ball. I can high point this to my tight end. He's feeling TJ Watt. I promise you, he knows TJ Watt's coming. Stands in there, takes a hit. There was a lot of moments late in this game where Lamar shined and looked like his old self. So I think when he gets healthy this offseason, I think Ravens fans can know when he's back next year, he's the real deal. Just a down year for him.
Look, this is still a great football team, and they lose a game because a rookie kicker misses a field goal. So do you really think John Harbaugh's job might actually be on the line here?
I don't, but I'll say that I think the hot seat for him becomes very hot next season.
Right.
I think, 1 year, it's tough. It is a wildly disappointing year, especially on the defensive side of the ball. They were good against the run. They lost Matabuke early. That's a huge loss. But their secondary, and you saw it again tonight, was bad all year. Now you add in the fact that they haven't really been able to get over that hump. And I'll say this. There was an article in the Baltimore Sun that really was somewhat damning between the relationship. Am I allowed to say that? I think so, right?
Sure, why not? Yeah, damning's fine.
That's
yeah.
I'm like, I hope I didn't get jammed.
No, I don't think the CRTC cut that off. You're fine.
Okay, that's good. I was getting worried there. So, talking about the relationship between Harbaugh and Lamar.
Right.
And they denied it all, but usually when there's a little bit of smoke, there's some fire. That's my experience. So they need to figure out whether it's the offensive staff, whether it's the head guy. Lamar is a generational guy. And to me, if there's an issue there, then you either solve that or get a guy who will solve it. I still believe Harbaugh can do it. I do. I think he's a great coach, but I think next year the seat will be very hot.
And Lamar should hopefully be more healthy going into next season. So we'll see how that goes. Now the Steelers face the Houston Texans in the wild card round. Fascinating matchup. I know you're super high on the Houston Texans defense, which is maybe the best in the National Football League. How do you feel the Steelers match up against Houston?
Not well. Not well.
Not good?
Yeah, not well. I don't know if any offense matches up well against this team. The Steelers will need to create turnovers, which you saw tonight. That's kind of what they're known for doing. They get those big moment turnovers. But what scares me is even within Aaron Rodgers' great game tonight, there's a few moments where you're just scratching your head wondering, what is going on? And this was it. It's 1st and goal here. You watch Freiermuth, and why we've highlighted the Ravens defender here is it's 1st and goal, but the issue is it's the last play of the half. I'm yet to believe that in this scheme, you want to have an unblocked defender on the 1 yard line. And I could see, okay, it's man coverage. We're going to get a little X and O's here.
Sure.
Maybe he comes down with a route concept. He thinks, hey, I'm going to pinch down. Well, then I would have put a bigger-bodied speed receiver like MVS there where you're a little more threatened by that inside release. So, again, I wanted to highlight that play because you asked me how I feel about the Texans. They don't have the opportunity against the Texans to make that mistake. They have it against a subpar secondary in Baltimore. You know whose secondary is not subpar? The Houston Texans. If they come out here with schemes like that, which to me is pure garbage, in a key moment in the game, they will not win. They need to maximize on every opportunity they get, whether it's with 1 second left in the half. And coaching-wise, they better be buttoned up. Today they had the headset issue.
Yep.
They can't afford that next week. The Texans' defense is too good.
It's going to be – I'm really intrigued by the matchup. I think this is fun.
It'd be wild if Aaron wins a playoff game. Everyone said he couldn't do it. Everyone said he couldn't do it. Won the AFC North. They got a home playoff game. I'll tell you, every time they lose, everyone's like, oh, Aaron's washed. He stinks. Didn't stink tonight.
No, he didn't stink tonight. He really didn't. And he was really emotional after this one. So next week will be a lot of fun.